Savaniya Pasho Shiraha Vidhyaya Kasyena Chatat Yad Aga Bhagavan Bhavaha Sandaduhu Kashyakayena Savaniya Pasho Shiraha. Synonyms: Vidhaya, executing; Kasyena, Kasyena, all in all; Cha, also; that; Yat, which; Aha, was said; Bhagavan, the Lord; Bhavaha, Shiva; Sanduduhu, executed; Kashya, of the living; Daksha, Kayena, with the body; Savaniya, meant for sacrifice; Pashu, of the animal; Shiraha, head. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation: after everything was executed exactly as directed by Lord Shiva, Daksha's body was joined to the head of the animal meant to be killed in the sacrifice. Purport: this time, all the demigods and great sages were very careful not to irritate Lord Shiva. Therefore, whatever he asked was done. It is specifically said here that Daksha's body was joined to the head of an animal, a god. Text 9. Sandhiyamane shirasi Daksho Rudra Abhivikshidaha Sadhya Supta Ivota Tashtau Darshe Dadrshe Chagrado Mridam. Synonyms: Sandhiyamana, Mane, being executed; Shirasi, by the head; Dakshaha, the king Daksha; Rudra, Abhivikshidaha, having been seen by Rudra, Lord Shiva; Sadhyaha, Sadhyaha, immediately; Supte, sleeping; Iva, like; Uttastav, awaken; Dadrishi, so; Cha, also; Agradaha, in front; Mridam, Lord Shiva. Translation and purport by Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation: when the animal head was fixed on the body of King Daksha, Daksha was immediately brought to consciousness, and as he awakened from sleep, the king saw Lord Shiva standing before him. Purport: the example given here is that Daksha got up as if he were awakened from deep sleep. In Sanskrit, this is called Supta. Ivota Dastau. The meaning is that after a man awakes from sleep, he immediately remembers all the duties which he must execute. Daksha was killed, and his head was taken away and burned to ashes. His body was lying dead. But by grace of the Lord Shiva, as soon as the head of a god was joined to the body, Daksha came back to consciousness again. This indicates that consciousness also individual. Daksha actually took another body when he took on the head of a god. But because consciousness is individual, his consciousness remained the same, although his bodily condition changed. Thus, bodily construction has nothing to do with the development of consciousness. Consciousness is carried with the transmigration of the soul. There are many instances of this in Vedic history, such as the case of Maharaj Bharata. After quitting his body as a king, Maharaj Bharata was transferred to the body of a deer. But he retained the same consciousness. He knew that, although formerly he was King Bharata, he had been transferred to the body of a deer because of his absorption in thinking of a deer at the time of his death. In spite of his having the body of a deer, however, his consciousness was as good as it was in the body of King Bharata. The arrangement by the Lord is so nice that if a person's consciousness is turned into Krishna consciousness, there is no doubt that in his next life he will be a great devotee of Krishna, even if he is offered a different type of body. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salagaya Chakshurunmilidam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stabidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahiham Dadati Swapadandigam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Udabadagamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajadam Sahagana Regunada Nidam Tum Sajivam Sadhuidam Savadudam Parijana Sahidam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalidam Shri Vishakha Nidamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanda Namostude Tapta Kanchana Gauranki Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarupasya Kripa Sindhubhyev cha Padidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhudale Srimade Lokanath Swamini Dinamine Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhudale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Dinamine Hari Om Tatsat. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you so much for joining this very auspicious week of Balaram Jayanti, Balaram Purnima. So we are going through this wonderful understanding of this is a very prominent section, this Dakshayaga, this in the Srimad Bhagavatam and Srimad Bhagavatam. This is one of the prominent section. There are a lot of things to learn out of it. This one incident that where the Daksha is puffed up, and we can see that the results of one who become forget himself and not understanding the science of Krishna consciousness, the science of understanding the behavior, the character, and all the etiquettes that one should follow, and that's what is called on come to this or realizing the supreme. So here we can see that Daksha failed to do that. Daksha was puffed up because of his expertness in procreation. That's why his name is known as Daksha. Daksha means he's very expert in procreation or sex. So this is what it is. So then puffed up, and in order to accumulate more and more, and for the progeny, he was doing this yaga, this Daksha yaga is generally known as the sacrifices. And we saw that what happened because of he's not understanding the ultimate purpose of all this. Ultimate purpose, everything in the scripture says that everything should obtain for the service of Krishna. So fail to do that. So if anything that we do in the void of Krishna, or like we say that, when the whatever we do without Krishna in the not in the center, that is everything become a big zeros. So we could see that in the case of Daksha, it's become big zero at the, whatever he did. So all the havoc, everything was, and even the head of Daksha been chopped off. See that? So, but when Krishna is there, the Lord is there, then it's become big value. That's what we could see here. So Param Vaishnava, Lord Shiva, the, mentioning to Brahmadev itself that I was just doing this punishment just for correcting. So this word is so correct, in order to correct. So Guru appears in our life in order to correct ourselves. Guru appears in our, Guru means, Gu means andhakar, ignorance, and Ru means the light. So Guru comes in our life to remove this or eradicate this andhakar, this ignorance. So that's the word meaning itself called Guru means want to eradicate this ignorance or andhakar or the darkness from our life. So since we could see that here, so Paramashiva, the Lord Shiva, is becoming and as explaining and teaching the lessons, so that chastising, so that this understand that what is the ultimate purpose of all our activities which we perform. So in this context of it, we can see that the Lord Balaram, also Guru Tattva or Adi Guru, the Balaram's appearance is on this Friday. So Guru comes and the Lord comes in the form of that Guru or Guru Tattva. So there are so many ways we can see this, the reasons, the significance of Lord's appearance. The significance of Lord's appearance as Krishna, the Supreme Lord, the first or immediate expansion of the Supreme Lord is Balaram. Why? Because of the Supreme Lord himself is the ultimate purpose of all the living entities which manifested from the Lord, that is the Shakti. Jivera Swarupa Hoy Krishnera Nityadas. The ultimate purpose of a living entity is to in service of Krishna, in part of Krishna. So as we know that all the living entities are Krishna conscious entities, part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. They are belongs to the superior nature. They are belongs to the spiritual and superior nature. They are part of the Supreme Lord. Just for an example, a fruit. A fruit manifests from a tree. So we know that there are roots, they bring the food, they bring the water. So it's cultivate, it grows, the trees grows and then flourishes. So everything in harmony. And the Srila Prabhupada says that, okay, if the root says that, okay, I'm not going to do anything, so it affects that the entire tree. Similarly, we cannot say that, okay, I will go separately from this tree or the leaves or the branches or the fruit so that I can independently leave. I can independently take care of it. That's not possible. That's not the actual concepts of the Lord and his part and parcel or his amsha. So here we can see that in the context of the Lord Balram's appearance. So in order to establish this, there are two tattvas. One is called Asraya Tattva, another is called Asruta Tattva. Asraya Tattva means the Krishna is the Asraya Tattva. Everybody has to take shelter. Everybody has to be part of it. This is a harmonious condition. This is for the benefit of everyone. Otherwise, we are not dependent. So Asrita means dependency. So we are dependent upon the Supreme Lord. Everything exists because of Krishna. When Krishna exists, everything exists. Krishna doesn't exist, nothing exists. So this is called Asrita. So we are completely dependent upon him. So in order to teach this, in order to establish this principle, the Krishna manifests in the form of the Balaram. So this is here in the sense of Balaram is called the Sevaka, the servitorship Lord, Sevaka Bhagavan, or is called in the scriptures, it's says that Vaibhava Prakasha, Krishna's Vaibhava Prakasha and Vaibhava Bhava, Vaibhava Prakasha, the Balaram is in the Vaibhava Prakasha, Krishna is manifesting directly from Krishna himself. So in order to execute various emotions, in order to teach, in order to execute, in order to experience various emotions of the living entity so that it increases the happiness, increases the joy and the bliss and the pleasure of Krishna. Ultimately, all this, says that Krishna is Ananda Ambudhi. Every moment, Krishna's Ananda Ambudhi is an ocean of bliss. So in order to fulfill the will, this says of Krishna that Krishna's the Ananda and aspect of that increases. So in order to do that, Krishna also expand himself as Balara or the immediate expansion. So as we know that the existential potency or existential concepts of Krishna or everything is from the Balaram. So Balaram is also helps in Krishna in the creative aspects of it and creative in creation. All the material world, all the spiritual world is the manifestation of Balaram. All the spiritual realm, all the Vaikunta forms or the Vishnu forms or manifesting from Balaram. So immediate expansion of Krishna is Balaram. For that, what is the purpose of it? The servitorship or the Asraya Tattva. Asraya means dependency. So this is the fact. So a machine, a part of a machine, we cannot take it out from the entire machine. Then it will not the machine will not have or the part will not have any significance. Similarly, if you are away from Krishna, if you are separate from Krishna, then there is no significance. We have to Balaram manifested in order to give, in order to teach that, in order to give us that, the concepts, that lessons, that significance. So Krishna manifested. So it's mentioned that there is no much difference between Krishna and Balaram. Only the difference is in the color. Then look at this. Krishna has also 64 qualities and Balaram also has 64 qualities. But why then why Balaram? So in order to teach this aspect of it that everybody is part of Krishna, that Mamevamshu Jiva Loka Jiva Bodha Sanatana, everybody, each and every living entity is a part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. So Balaram manifests, and then in order to provide the facility, so the entire Vrindavan is Balaram's manifestation. Every creations is Balaram's again manifestation of the potency of Balaram, his expansions. He expands in everything, in every aspect of Krishna, in the service of Krishna, everything manifests as a potency of Balaram as is come from the Balaram. So the entire Vrindavan is Balaram. So we know that We heard this many times when immediately after Srimati Radharani in Ravel, right, is quite far from the Gokul. So the Srimati Radharani has to come to Gokul. This is quite far away. So what happens? The Balaram as understands this. Balaram just shrink this. It's like a lotus, right? The Vrindavan is like a lotus, and then what happens? Then like a lotus petals, all these kunjas and the dham, various dhams like a lotus petals. Balaram just shrink that one so that it comes very closer. So it's immediately reached there. Similarly, it's mentioned that when Sanatana Goswami goes to Govardhan from Dhawan to Govardhan, it's almost like 50, 60 kilometers away every day. So Sanatana Goswami goes there and then do the Govardhan Parikrama. So what does Balaram does? Balaram sees this one. So Balaram is entirely the Vrindavan. Balaram just helps to shrink so that way the lotus like is come closer. So it become very easier for the Sanatana Goswami. Like if you take Jagannath Dham, if you take Dwaraka Dham, if you take Mathurapuri Dham, this is all manifestation of the Lord Balaram. So this way, Lord facilitate. So in our life also, dear devotees, Lord facilitate all these wonderful aspects. And Lord, that is also, Lord is generally known as, Lord Balaram is known as Adi Guru, the original spiritual master. So this is the Guru Tattva. So when the dependency or Asraya Tattva, so that's why we are taking shelter of Guru. That means we are taking off shelter of the Supreme Lord Sri Balaram. So when it's Asraya Tattva or Asrita Tattva, so this Asrita, we are Asritas, we are dependents. So how do we take that dependency? So that's Balaram is teaching us. So Balaram becoming or manifesting as the Guru, the original spiritual master. So Balaram or the original spiritual master tells us or instructs us or teaches that how to take that shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we know that there is a beautiful pastime that Lord Balaram exhibit, that what exactly this Guru means, or what exactly this this knowledge potency means, how that one should cultivate, and how should execute this all loving devotional service. So as we know that Balaram is a Sevaka Bhagavan or servitor Lord. So in order to serve the Lord, how to serve, that's what is Lord Balaram is teaching. Guru teaching us how to serve the Lord. We know that in the Guru, the Vandana says that the Prema Bhakti Jaha Hoide, the Prema Bhakti, one who gives that Prema Bhakti, who is, seeding, who is putting this Prema Bhakti in the heart, Divyagan Hude Prakashido, who is doing that? This Guru or Adi Guru, that Balaram. So we know that we worship the Supreme Lord in our temple. And before that, we do the first thing that, first we do the worship of Guru, the Guru Ashtagam, right? So we do that. So what is that? We worship the Guru in the form. So actually we are worshipping that Guru Tattva. Who is that? The original Guru is Lord Balaram. We are actually worshipping the Balaram when we worship the Guru. So this is the way that Guru manifests as a Guru. Lord Balaram manifests as a Guru in our life in various ways. Like there is Chaitya Guru, there is who is seated in our heart. Then there is the Diksha Guru, who is giving us Diksha. Then there is Shiksha Guru, and it's also in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it reveals that the Shiksha Guru, who is the Lord, he is inside, and that same Lord manifesting outside is Shiksha Guru. So who is that? He is actually the Lord Balaram aspect of it. Then there is a Pada Pradarshya Guru. There are various ways that that's all the manifestation. When the Lord is placed, then as always says that when by the mercy of Lord Krishna, one gets Guru, and one gets the mercy of Guru, one attains Krishna. So is that what the aspect of that one? This is again the Balaram aspect of it. So Krishna says that I am seated in everyone's heart. This is who is that? Balaram. Because of Balaram manifests in various ways. Well, Balaram, expansion of Balaram is Vasudeva, Sangarshan, Pradyumna, Anirudh. And then Sangarshan, we know that Narayana manifests. Then there is second quadruple expansion. This is all that expansion. In what purpose? In what sense? To serve Krishna in all the material and the spiritual, all the creations are manifesting just to serve the Krishna, the purpose of Krishna, the ultimate purpose of Krishna. So Krishna says that I am seated in your heart. So that Paramatma, because of Shirodakshaya Vishnu, another aspect of the Balaram is that Mahavishnu, Karanodakshaya Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Shirodakshaya Vishnu, all are the manifestations of the Balaram potency. The purpose is that to serve that the Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord is, he is complete. He does not have, he has only business or only aspects of Krishna is that to be with his service, with his devotees. So then Krishna becomes subservient of that devotee. But Balaram is actually bring that devotees to that level. That's why Balaram is always carries this plow. And the plow, this haladara, or hala means the plow. Why it is Lord Balaram is carrying the plow? Because of the Balaram prepares the field for any devotee, any living, any sincere soul. So Balaram removes the anarthas of the from the heart. When Balaram plow that, the plow is actually to prepare the field for the the growing the vegetables. So when the plow pull in the ground, what happens? There are many big stones, small stones, all come out. Similarly, when we take the shelter of Guru, and plus that Guru, that's ultimately the representative, the Balaram's representative is all the Guru or Guru Tattva, that potency, then that removes all the big stones and the small stones from our heart. That means removes all the anarthas. The flow helps to eradicate, to remove the anarthas. So that's what is the Guru or Asraya Tattva, that taking the shelter so that we are dependent. When you dependent, we are Asradas, when we dependent upon the Guru, and this ultimately the Lord Balaram. So what happens is removes all the anarthas, then it helps us to cultivate in Krishna. So then we can see that there are so many wonderful pastimes so Lord Balaram exhibit. One of the prominent pastime is that Lord Balaram is actually just to subduing or the Ramakrishna Sudha, or removing, eradicating that garva or ahangar or the false ego, or not properly understanding the principles of Krishna consciousness. One cannot be a guru. He has complete anarthas. He has full of anarthas in his heart. If he does not understand the principles of Krishna consciousness, or the ultimate purpose of the goal of the life and ultimate purpose of our existence, and he cannot be a guru. One time, Lord Balaram was, came and in the assembly of, thousands of sages in Naimisharanya. This time in Naimisharanya, the sages established Ramakrishna Sudha, who was actually, then they appointed them as a head and they blessed that long life. And then this is the time Lord Balaram came there and manifested there. And immediately everybody got up, everybody was praying the obeisances, everybody was offering various articles and worshipping Lord Balaram, because of they knew that who is this Lord Balaram. But this Ramakrishna Sudha and this all the Brahmanas, all the sages assembled, appointed him, and as a leader to speak on this, for the sacrifice, for the benefit of all the people. But then Lord Balaram saw that the person who is sitting on the Vyasasan, not understanding that what is right and what is wrong, and whom to worship, whom not to worship, then how can a person sit there? And Lord Balaram got disappointed with this and realized that this is not the person to speak on, or this is not the person to represent, as a guru. So then Lord Balaram took a kusha grass and then chopped off the head of the Ramakrishna Sudha. Then all these Brahmana sages, they became little agitated and requested to Balaram that we appointed him and we gave blessings of hundreds of thousands of years of lifetime. But how it is can be nullified, Lord? What we can do? The Lord immediately told to the sages that I can give life back to Ramakrishna Sudha if you all decide so. If you all request like this, then they said no. You don't need to because of it was the your desires that to be correct. So exactly this is the case of Daksha. This was happened. Lord Shiva was correcting this ahangar, this false ego, this ignorance. So this way, Lord Balaram was removing that ignorance. So one has to, one guru, will not have any anarthas. All these problems come from various ways. All this comes because of his false ego, ahangar, that I am. So, and I have all this lust, greed, anger, everything is in the heart. Then that creates lots of other anarthas. Then it leads that person, and that person cannot be a guru. That means he cannot eradicate the ignorance from or the anarthas from the other people. So similarly, then Lord, they requested, then Lord Balaram's like, what should I do? Then they requested that, okay, there is another demon called Baluala. Baluala, so he has a very ferocious demon. He comes and destroys this all sacrificial arena. And if you destroy him, then that would be the atonement for all this killing, this Ramakrishna Sudha. Then then we can see that Lord Balaram then went and met with this Balwala, who was a ferocious demon. He was always like a cloud, dark cloud, and Balaram just used his plow, just pull him down, and with his club, mace that he just kicked on his head, and then blood was oozing. Then everybody was so applauded. All the Siddhas, Charanas, Gandharvas, everybody came and applauding the Lord Balaram's activity like this. In this way, Lord removes this ignorance from the heart. This is Balaram aspect of it, Guru aspect of it, Asra the aspect of it, or Asra the taking the shelter. You know that in the case of Dhenukasura, Dhenukasura was a demon or a ass demon. So what is the character of an ass demon? Dullness, ignorance, and the car. Then what happens? Senselessness. So they are always. So this is another. We could see that when Lord Balaram, why specifically Lord Balaram killed Dhenukasura? Reason for this one, to eradicate all this ignorance from the heart of these demons. So that way there is, as Krishna says that Vedish Sarvasya Jagar Visanya Vishto Madhakas Madhur Jnanam Abohananja. From me comes remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. So where the what is the aspect of it? This is Balaram's aspect of it. So this way, Balaram eradicates this ignorance from the heart of the demons or the people. So one who takes the shelter of a guru, one who takes the shelter of a devotee, dear devotees, this is the Guru Tattva or Asrata Tattva. So we take the Asraya. Asraya means taking the shelter. So ultimately, one who takes the shelter of a devotee and a Lord and a Guru, actually ultimately one who gets the shelter of the Lord Balaram. So this way, Lord Balaram protects and eradicates all the ignorance from the heart of a devotee. This way we progress like the plow. The Balaram is uses just to prepare the field, prepare the heart, remove the ignorances in anarthas. Only by removing all our anarthas that we can progress. So we have to take shelter of a guru or a devotee and follow the footsteps of guru sincerely. Then we can progress in our devotion. This is the tattva. This is the Lord Balaram is actually Adi Guru, original spiritual master. In order to teach us how to serve, we know that Lord Balaram serves the lordships in all ways. There are 5 kinds of rasas the Lord Balaram exhibits in service. There is Shandarasa, there is Dasirasa, there is Sakirasa, Valsilirasa, even Madhurya Lord Balaram serves the lordships in so wonderfully. So we can see that on the rasa of the Shandarasa, all the maize and all the bird, Ananda Fish, all the facilities, all the Vrindavan, all the trees, all the plants, all everything is the Lord Balaram manifest in the spiritual realm. Similarly, we can see that the Dasya, servitorship, we can see that in every moment the Lord in the Lakshmana, in the case of Lakshmana, was always serving the Lord Ram incessantly. Similarly, there is Sakiras. We can see that in the Vrindavan with Krishna, how the Lord Balaram was playing with Krishna and all this Pralambasura story. We can see that. Then there is Valsalya. Lord Balaram was always careful about Krishna. Krishna, don't go there, don't go there. I will tell, Mother Ashoda. This was the attitude of the elder brother as Valsalya. Similarly, there is Madhurya Rasa. Also, Lord Balaram is also manifested as Ananga Manjari. Ananga Manjari was the sister of Srimati Radha Rani. In the pastimes of in the Madhurya Rasa and the Madhurya pastimes, Ananga Manjari was also involved to give the pleasure to the Krishna, the Madhurya Rasa to Krishna. This way, Lord Balaram in service, and this is the way that Lord devotees that we have to absorb in our life. So this has this servitorship, this asrata tattva, this asraya that we have to take is actually that the devotee as the guru, unless we get the mercy of Balaram, unless we get the mercy of Guru, and unless we get the mercy of Krishna, we cannot attain Krishna. Mercy of Guru and Balaram ji, then we cannot attain Krishna. So this is a principle that we can see from this the story of Daksha and Lord Shiva's instructions, and we can see that Lord Balaram's pastimes. These all are actually lessons and teachings to us that how we can cultivate, eradicate all the anarthas by taking the shelter of Guru, and that is ultimately taking the shelter of Lord Balaram. So let me stop here with this note. Jai, I went ahead a little bit. Okay, sorry for that. And Lord Balaram ji ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gandharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Guru Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Back to you, Madhuri Pro.
Very well. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
We'd like to wish everybody a safe and Krishna conscious day ahead.
You are not hearing it.
What is that?
We couldn't hear you in between.
Yeah, I was taking rest to my vocal cords. So I'd like to wish everybody a safe and Krishna conscious day. We'd like to offer our prayers to the Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare
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 Krishna,
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 Hare
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 Krishna,
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 Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
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 Rama
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 Rama,
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 Hare
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 Hare.
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 Hare Hare.
Shino Shingo Jai Shingo Jai Praladesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bringam Ugravira
Gravira
Mahavishnu Sarvato
Mahavishnu
Mukam
Paranam
Singam
Sarvato
Vishnam
Mukam
Vishnu,
Vishnu
Yama.
Vishnu
Vishnu
Patram
Namyam
Murti Namamyam.
Nrsimha Bhagwan ki
Ki
Jai
Jai,
Prahlad Maharaj ki
Ki
Jai.
Jai.
So we are less than 24 hours now for the most important day, Balaram Purnima, which is tomorrow. Fasting till noon. And a day as well as a weekend filled with festivities. 10th anniversary of the installation of Sri Sri Radha Shyam Sundar deity. Sri Sri Radha Shyam Sundar ki.
Ki
Jai.
Jai.
So from today itself, in the evening, we'll have lots of arrangement, festivities, Adivash ceremony, 8:30, Julan, every day in the evening at 8:35 during Sanarti, we have Julan of Sri Sri Radha Shamsundar. So please join us in the evening and get engaged in one of the services, as Simeshwar Prabhu was mentioning that Lord Balram is a servitor god, serving the Supreme Lord in all the mellows. Right? So hope to see you in the evening. And we'd like to offer our humble obeisances to all the Samar Vaishnavas,
Vasudevaya
Patitanam Pavanavero Vaishnaveyo
Vaishnavebhyo
Namaha.
Namo Namah.
Vaishnavinda ki
Ki
jai.
Jai,
Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki
Ki
jai.
Jai,
Srila Prabhupada ki
Ki
jai.
Jai.
Gaur Premanande.
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Bol.
Bol.
Thank you, Sumeshwar Prabhu. Thank
Thank
you, Hare
you. Hari
Krishna.
Bol,
Hare
Hari
Bol,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.
We can eat regular prasad.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, there'll be feasting. You can fast if you want, but yeah, there'll be feasting.
Okay. No, but 12 o'clock, after 12 o'clock at home, we can eat our regular prasad because I had to cook, right? Before.
Yeah, you can eat your regular prasadam.
Okay, good. Very good.
Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
It can also be chapan boga. By the way, in the temple, there'll be chapan. We're offering more than 56 items in the evening. So you may want to just cook regular prasadam for yourself, but for Lord Balram,
Yeah,
make as many preparations as you can.
sure.
Okay? All right. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Very good. Hare Krishna.